thinking about the year ahead, 2025, and how it adds up to a nine. And so it's kind of a 9 year vibe um, thing going on. And so I looked up the number nine in numerology and it came up with a bunch of stuff. And what I realized, keyword realized, is that the tarot teaches me what nines are all about. You know what I mean? This is the place where you realize something. You know what I mean? The Hermit card is the number nine card in the major arcanas, and then these nines are the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords. And in each one of these situations, you're realizing something, right? Here, you're realizing the connection between your higher self and your human, realizing that you are one and going toward, operating toward that, like that oneness with your higher self. I think also with the nine, I feel like what we're going to realize in 2025, because that's what this is all about. I think we're going to realize that we're connected to something way bigger than we even could ever even imagine. And I think that it could be like, I feel like I've been saying this for a long time, but it's about spiritual consciousness on a global level. It's about global awareness. It's about each one of us tapping in, feeling that tapped in piece of us, and realizing even the way that we treat people has an energetic impact on yourself, on the person that you're dealing with, and the whole world. So I feel like one of the things, like collectively, we're going to be realizing is that what kind of energy are we really putting out? You know what I mean? Realizing, you know, this one is realizing like the ultimate thing, kind of like this. You know what I mean? The Nine of Pentacles. It's a magical card where you realize that your higher self provides for you. And you spent your whole life worrying about whether you're going to have enough. And the whole time your higher self is going like, man, like this is just a given. You're going to be okay. I've always got you. I'll always provide. And so your higher self constantly feeding you different information, like how to get the Nine of Pentacles. You know what I mean? Things to do, places to go, people to see, right? So it's a very tight connection with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like, because it's bringing it here onto the planet, into your human being, and like realizing that there is no separation. How I always talk about the soul and the human, and they're like two different things, right? And it does feel like that, but we're really just one thing. And we're all connected, we're all exactly the same, and we're connected. And I feel like that's what we're realizing this year in the 9 year, realizing that connection with other people, and that even the thoughts we put out about people, they have a an impact on the energy. So okay, so then some other stuff I looked at about is the ninth house in astrology. It's about traveling, higher learning, and expanding your horizons. So for some people, I feel like we might be, doing that. Maybe there's some travel coming in, or some kind of like our learning abilities up leveling. This could be about college, right? It could be about traveling abroad. Like there could be a lot of people like feeling that energy with the nine, you know. And the ninth sign in the zodiac is Sagittarius. So it's Sag energy. So it's optimistic and it constantly wants more. It's got this Sag like has this yearning for more experience from the world around them. They get bored easily and they want more. They want to feel more and do more and see more, experience more. So I feel like we'll all be feeling that energy. Like there's more. There's more. And so in love, Nine is about a culmination. So again, it's kind of like you get to this point where you're, you know, here, Nine of Wands. This is a good one because I mean, this dude is tapping in. He's sitting up against a tree, right? And he does have the Nine Wands there, like showing where he's been and what he's done, right? What he's been through. Now, you get a choice in the Nine of Wands. Do you want to feel like a victim or do you want to really understand what all them Nine Wands gave you? You know, that's kind of your thing. And if you're doing any kind of like nine major arcana work, reaching in, tapping into your higher self, and all that is making that connection, you will see this. You know, I also feel like our dreams could be changing, like what we want for ourselves and for the whole world. Like this is a global number as well. Like this is happening for everybody, you know. So we have this nine energy, and so how are we using it and what are we doing with it, you know? Because we do have a choice. You could stay the victim, you could stay in this like nightmare feeling, or you could just tap in and figure out like what this stuff gave you and what you need to do with it now. I feel like some people, what I'm saying about the dreams changing is that I feel like what you thought you wanted is changing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's for everybody. Like, you know, you go so far in your life, we change, you know, we do. And what might have looked like that's what I want, you know, 5 minutes ago is changing into something different. You know, it's something that's more aligned with your soul's plan, you know. Okay, so anyway, as far as love is concerned, like what might be happening is that we might be like going through life and realizing that we have some kind of pattern in our relationship area. Like we choose the same kind of person, or we um, are kind of guarded and don't let people in. It could be anything about like that, you know what I mean? But you're understanding, like, I think this year with the nine, you'll be realizing that there's a cycle that you've been a part of as far as love is concerned. And this could be about like a love situation, like you're, you know, a lover, or we could be talking about love in general, the way you feel about your family, the way you feel about the world in general. You know, the homeless man standing on the corner, the um, the annoying salesman trying to get you to buy something you can't afford. I don't know. I'm just thinking of it, trying to think of all the people that we run into, you know. And I feel like, you know, our love area is changing because we're growing. We just are. We're evolving spiritually. Our soul is taking up, I feel like, taking up more space. Um, this is how I feel about it. Like for me, I feel like my soul is beginning to take up more space than my human um, in some areas. You know what I mean? But I still think that there are still fears that I have, like it's Nine of Swords. You know, we all have them, and so I feel like it's important to like see the, you know, tap in, see the pattern, see the fear that's underlying about it. Like that's why it's here. It's a fear. Now how do you let go of the fear? You know what I mean? What is the fear? What exactly pinpoint the fear, and why is it there? You know what I mean? Anyway, I think we're going to be just getting like higher frequency thoughts and responses to people, places, and things. We're just going to be more inclined to send love toward people instead of any kind of, I don't know, judgment, right? I feel like the judgment stuff, like us thinking that we have the right to judge someone else's thoughts or their actions or what they're doing in the world, like it's to be honest, it's just none of our business. You know what I mean? Like, we're all connected, we're all on a mission, I feel like. We're all here to, grow and learn. And we all chose different paths in order to do that. So I kind of feel like when we feel that connection, we can just send love to the people who chose a more difficult path than us, or that chose one we don't understand. Um, you know what I mean? I kind of feel like that is happening, like more tolerance and realization that other people are just on a path as well. And is it really up to me to judge what that path looks like? No. I mean, that's the answer that my soul says. Keep it real, bring it in. This is your life. This is your life. That's their life. And all you can do is just observe it. You can't change things. Don't even try. Like, you spent your whole life trying to control shit. And here in the nine, you're realizing, like, this is not up to me to control anything or to judge anything, is what I feel like. It's about wisdom, nines. It's about really being wise. It's about spiritual awakening. It's about reflecting and observing and then moving forward. We don't have to stay in what we're observing. We don't. We can observe it and learn from it and move forward. We don't have to do anything else with it. In career, nines mean probably a big growth in your professional life, right? You might be leaving a job, or you might feel like you want to, like you want something new. Nines are about getting ready for something to change. This is like the final hurrah here. Nine is the last single digit. After that, they all break down back into nine, like 10 is one, really, right? 11 is two, really. So nines are really the finality of it, they're really realizing things that need to be let go of, things that make us who we are, things that brought us to here, to this final destination here, where we are actually tapped into and completely connected with all that is the ground, the trees, the water, and each individual, no matter what their path is. So I feel like, like in career wise, I feel like you could be like just saying to yourself, like, I want something completely different. I've been doing this my whole life, and now I would like to do this. So you guys, I mean, a lot of us really, right, could be running into that kind of thing. So what I'm going to ask is just that. I'm going to do a tarot reading now. I hope that, yeah, I'm not going to go to almost 13 minutes. Okay, so I just kind of want to know, like, let's see what 2025 looks for my collective. Now that I got all these, the Chariot, alignment. Okay, alignment and creation as well. Justice, things being made fair, letting go of things that you felt, closing cycles. The World card. Look at all major arcana. The Lover's card. Choices. Maybe, like I was saying, like touching is the Nine of Swords. Remember when I was talking about the love card? I feel like there is somebody out there that's in a pattern and that's going to change. And I feel like this Nine of Wands, like I feel like a victim that is going completely out the door. The World card, it's closed. This cycle is closed. I feel like these first two cards are about alignment, the Chariot card and the Justice card. The Chariot card, look. I mean, it's black and white, right? It's opposites attract, and it's like creating something. Accepting your human side and your soul side as one, and look what you two can create together. Look where you can go together. You know what? That's touching the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, seriously, you could be really making your own fortune here as well. Realize who you are, what you're capable of, and how your own human tendency to feel sad and like all of those things has maybe feels like it's held you back, but like the time is now. You know what I mean? Because all majors come out. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to create your own wealth for one thing. I also feel like justice coming in here. Like this is the 11 card. It's got Libra all over it, right? There's even 11 in it. But like this card is pretty cool because she's like blowing whatever seemed like it wasn't fair into the wind, and it's like coming back as butterfly. Like as soon as she blows it, it turns into a butterfly. You see what I mean? Like it's kind of saying like as soon as you let go of this darkness that you are feeling that is your past or your childhood or like some kind of traumatic experience, as soon as you actually do let that go, it completely metamorphosizes you because now you don't cling to this victim mentality anymore. In fact, you don't see it as a victim thing. You have a brand new story, you know? Your story is, yeah, I learned a lot in my life and it made me more loving. It's made me more kind. It's made me more approachable. And I definitely have compassion, you know? I have felt vulnerable. I have felt guarded and alone. I felt all of those things. I've spent night after night crying about choices that I've made. But this is saying, like, you're realizing that those choices were just all part of it, part of your lessons, part of what your soul really wanted to experience, Like, sometimes I think about, like, mistakes that I feel like I've made. But when I really boil it all down, like the cause and effect of it, you know what I mean? Like you can call it karma if you want. That's what I think karma is cause and effect. So if you have this childhood, you're most likely going to go this direction and then this direction. And you could either go here or here now. But either way, you're going to end up here to the next spot. Like it doesn't matter what choice, you're going to end up here. You know what I'm saying? Like I really feel like the soul plan is legit. At the bottom of the deck, I feel like there's a whole lot of love going on here. You know what I mean? Because you've got Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. This could be telling me that, like once you offload this energy, deals coming in. Or it could be telling me that when you're tapping in and you're turning, figuring out all of these things about your life, that you have a whole new appreciation for it. You see your soul and you see yourself as one emperor. And there's nothing there but love, unconditional love. That means you're accepting each and every part of you that made you get here. You're loving it. Big success coming in here. Six of Wands. So I feel like we are on a realization path with this 2025 9 energy. And according to this reading, like we're on our way to creating the reality we want. And it looks like it begins with unconditional love for not only yourself, but the people around you. You know what I mean? Remember when I was talking earlier and it was like when you realize that every single person, like the person standing on the side of the road with can you help me? I need food or something like that kind of, and how do we respond? Like, I don't care. And I'm not asking if you give them money. I'm saying like, how do you feel when you see that person? You know, I mean, it's really telling to like experiment with yourself. The next time you see someone begging, how is it that you're feeling? Are you feeling like um, they have less value than you, or you wish they would just get a job, or are you feeling like that's another soul over there? You know, I don't know. I just think it's important I just think it's important that we realize that we're all connected in this year. I think that's one of the big things, and how much our thoughts really do create you know, a wave of energy. So I feel like 2025 is going to be a year of letting go and closing out cycles, because there's something better and new and beautiful. And it looks to me like, you know, one of the things that we're going to be understanding is our own divinity. The fact that our soul is completely tapped into all that is. You know, it has all the knowledge. It's just, you know, the human can't access it all at one time. I don't think we have the ability to know everything. At least that's what, you know, I mean, I got a channel one time about wanting, and I was asking, like, tell me what's really going on. And it was my dad. And he said, well, first of all, I can't. Like, you can't know everything and at this stage of the game. Like, it's just too much. And if I did tell you, your life wouldn't be nearly as much fun to figure it out. So just go with what I'm telling you now, and just watch it unfold, you know? And that was a few years ago that I got that message from my dad. And I still remember it because I mean, he's guided me so much about like letting go of religious ideology. Like, he's kind of like the main spokesperson for that for me. and and I think he just wants me to know, you know, like, just take it all in, like, you know, learn whatever you're guided to learn, and just keep on this path, because it's going to be fun. That's what he told me. So here we are in this 9 year, and I'm thinking, like, I think it kind of will be fun. It depends on how we're looking at it, though, you know. So you get a choice here, you know, big choice on how you want to look at this. You could stay stuck if you want, but I feel like this energy is pushing us to recognize the reality of our divinity. So I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you have a great day.